Good evening, sir. The presentation of keywords in Java presented by Atlinda Trace, reg number 067. So the first keyword we have abstract, and you see that it declares a class that cannot be instantiated or a method that must be implemented in a subclass. Then when we look at the syntax for the example, the syntax of abstract, it is abstract class animal. We open the curly brackets, abstract word, sound, close, open and close braces, then close again. So that is the example of how it can be used in Java. The second one is assert. Its purpose is used for debugging purposes to make an assertion. An example of how it is used in Java. So the syntax is int, maybe like int a equals to any integer number 5. Assert a greater than 0. A should be positive. Number 3, we have boolean, and you see that its purpose is to define a variable that can hold true or false values. An example, boolean is Java fun equals true. The fourth keyword is break. We see that its purpose is to exit a loop or a switch statement. For example, so break, we like the way we used to see in C, it is almost the same. So for you open the braces, int I is equal to 0, terminate I less than 10, you increment the I, close braces, open curly brackets. If I is equal to 5, then you break. The fifth keyword, we have byte, and its purpose, it defines a variable that can hold an 8-bit integer. For example, byte b is equal to 100. Case, as the sixth keyword, defines a branch in a switch statement. For example, the syntax of how it is used in Java, it says switch, open braces, day, close, open curly brackets, case 1, system.out.print, len, open braces with, then Madi, terminate, then break, terminate, then you close the curly brackets. So that is the syntax. Then seventh keyword, we have catch. We see that it handles exceptions in a try block. For example, try, we open the curly brackets, int divides is equal to 10 over 0, terminate, close curly brackets, catch, open braces, arithmetic exception e, close, open curly brackets, system.output.print in, open, close, quotes, division by 0. So that is the syntax of catch, of how it can be used in Java. The eighth keyword, we have char. It defines a variable that can hold a single 16-byte Unicode character. So for example, that is the syntax, char letter is equal to a. So meaning that is one character. They can as well be like 2, like maybe you have character letter is equal to a, comma, b. So those are the letters. Number 9, keyword class. we see that its purpose is declares a class. For example, class dog, and open. As we saw in Java, we saw that you had explained that class is important in Java. So that is the syntax. It must be having a class. So here our class is the dog, open braces, void back, close braces, open curly brackets, system.output.println, then that one in braces, wolf. Then the 10th keyword, we have const. The purpose is not used. It's reserved for future use. 11th keyword, continue. It skips the current iteration of the loop and proceeds to the next iteration. For example, for open braces int is equal to 0, terminate I less than 10, I increment, you close braces, open curly brackets, if I modulus 2 is equal to 0, then continue, system.output.println. 12th keyword, we have default. It specifies the default case in a switch statement or a default method in an interface. For example, switch open braces day, open curly brackets default, system.output.println, open braces with quotes, not a valid day, then close the curly brackets. 13, we have do. It starts a do while loop, the same as in C. How would it would also start a do while loop. So the syntax is do open braces, open curly brackets, system.output.println hello, close, then while in brackets false, then terminate. 14, double. It defines a variable that can hold a double precision 64-bit floating point. So those are integers, but it holds a double precision, like for example 3.14. Else, the purpose is to specify an alternative block of code in an if statement. You see that, so the syntax is if open braces x is greater than 0, close, open curly brackets, system.output.println, open braces with quotes, positive, close, open curly brackets, then else. So then you also open the curly brackets, system.output.println negative. 16th keyword, enum. The purpose is to define a set of named constants. For example, enum color, open curly brackets, be green, maybe green, red, or blue, then you close the curly brackets. 17th keyword, we have extends. The purpose is to indicate that a class is inheriting from a superclass. So that the syntax, we see that in Java it is used as follows: class cat extends animal, open curly brackets, void sound, open braces, close, open curly brackets, system.out.println, open curly braces with quotes, the sound of the cat, This is new, then terminate, then you close the curly brackets. The next word is final. It declares constant, so prevents methods overriding and inheritance. For example, final int max value is equal to 100. Finally, it defines a block of code that will execute after a try-catch block, regardless of whether an exception was thrown. See that the syntax we use try, open curly brackets, then we have a comment there, code, then catch, open braces, exception E, close, open curly brackets, we have another comment, close the brackets, finally open, and then system.out.println, then clean up. So that is our syntax. 20th keyword, we have float. Defines a variable that can hold a single precision 32-bit floating point. For example, float temperature is equal to 36.5 F. That F is for float. 4. The purpose is to initiate a for loop. So the syntax is for open braces int I is equal to 0, terminate, I less than 10, terminate, I increment, close brackets, open curly brackets, then system output out dot print in, open braces I, then terminate as we close. 22nd keyword, go to, and we see that the purpose is reserved for future use. If it introduces a conditional statement, so that is the syntax. If open braces x greater than 0, close, open curly braces, system.out.println. Implements, it indicates that a class implements an interface. For example, class dog, class meaning that class is the dog, then implements animal, open curly brackets, void sound, open braces, close curly brackets, no, close the braces, then open curly brackets, system.out.println, then in brackets with quotes woof, then you close the curly brackets. Import, so the purpose it is to import other classes or packages. An example is import java.util.list, terminate. Instance of, it tests whether an object is an instance of a specific class or interface. So that is the syntax. Int defines a variable that can hold a 32-bit signed integer. So that is the syntax used in Java. Int age is equal to whatever age. Interface, it declares an interface. Or an example, interface animal, open curly brackets, void sound, open and close braces, terminate. Long, it defines a variable that can hold a 64-bit signed integer. For example, long distance, which is equal to 10,000 L, terminate. 30th keyword, native, it indicates that a method is implemented in native code using JNI, which is Java Native Interface. For example, native void method aim. New, it creates new objects. So that is the syntax. Dog, my dog, equals new dog. Null, it represents a null reference. So that is the syntax. String equals to null, terminate. Package, it defines a namespace for classes. So that is the syntax for package. Private, it specifies that a member is accessible only within its own class. So that is the syntax private int count, in case you want while used in Java. Protected, it specifies that a member is accessible within its own package and by subclasses. So that is the syntax used in Java as well. Public, the purpose is to specify that a member is accessible from any other class. For example, public class, my class. Return exits a method and optionally returns a value. So it returns, so the syntax return 5 terminate. Short, it defines a variable that can hold a 16-byte signed integer. For example, short s is equal to 1000. Static, the purpose is to declare a small member that belongs to the class rather than instances of a class. For example, static int count is equal to 0, that is the syntax. Strict FP, it is used to restrict floating point calculations to ensure portability. So that is the syntax. Strict FP class. Example, open and close curly brackets. Super, it refers to the superclass of the current object. So the example is super dot method. So that is the syntax. Switch allows multiple branching based on the value of an expression. So the example have switch open braces day close open curly brackets case 1 system dot out dot println then open under quotes Monday termination, then you break. Synchronized, the purpose is to control access to a block of code or object of multiple threads. The syntax is synchronized void method. This, it refers to the current instance of the class. That is the syntax. This dot value is equal to value. Throw, the purpose is to explicitly throw an exception. For example, throw new illegal argument exception, open braces under quotes invalid argument. Throws, it indicates that a method can throw exceptions. For example, void main method open braces throws IO exception. Open and close curly brackets. Transients, the purpose is to prevent serialization of certain variables. So that is the syntax. Try, it starts a block of code that will be tested for exceptions. So that is our syntax. Try open braces with our comment, then close the curly brackets. Void means that a method does not return any value. So the syntax of void is void main method open braces close and open curly brackets. Volatile, it indicates that a variable's value will be modified by different threads. For example, volatile int counter. While, its purpose is to start a while loop. So down there is the syntax of how it is used in Java. Then lastly, yield. Its purpose is used in switch expressions to return a value from a case. So that is the syntax of how you can use yield in Java. String data type is equal to string to switch open braces day, then close open curly brackets case 1 2 3 4 5 weekday, case 6, 7 weekend, default, then throw new illegal argument exception, then finally you close and open and quotes invalid day and close curly brackets. So basically those are the 53 keywords that are used in Java and how the syntaxes of how they are used. Thank you.